Recording live from inside the Mirror spaceship, it's the Dragon Ball Z podcast with your hosts, Devin and Drew.
We're live
with another episode of Space Kataz. Anything new in the world of Dragon Ball Z?
Not that I know of.
I was about to watch a YouTube video on like explaining what the hell Dragon Ball Heroes was. But then I clicked on it and it was a podcast. And I didn't feel like listening to it. I was hoping it would be like a video.
The new anime?
Yeah.
I mean, there are videos.
I've seen artwork. Is there like Super Saiyan 4 in it?
Yeah. There's everything in it because it's just
dumb.
Like a big combination.
I don't like Super Saiyan 4.
Yeah.
It makes the Saiyans look like 80s hair metal bands.
No, I'm just picturing like Super Saiyan 4 Goku with the foreigner belt.
The foreigner belt and the furry pink vest. And fucking eyeshadow.
Yeah.
It's the worst. Who designed... Didn't Toriyama design Super Saiyan 4?
I think so.
What the fuck was he thinking? He was all about the 80s though.
Yeah, I guess.
You can tell with all of his designs of Bulma. Well, I guess it came out in the 80s, but still.
I think we're in the 90s now.
He never let go of the 80s, really.
How can you?
True. How can you?
Some good stuff in the 80s.
Speaking of Bulma, I think she opens up the episode.
Is that my cue?
Yep.
Okay. You just say that. Being very passive aggressive about it. Dragon.
Segways, brother.
Dragon Ball Z episode 39. Somewhere deep in space, we see our hero's spaceship continuing its course to Namekustan. Bulma yawns. It made me yawn.
Is that how that works?
Yeah,
I know when you see someone yawn, it makes you yawn, but can cartoons really make you yawn?
Yeah, I think so. Cartoons, animals.
I guess animals kind of have made me yawn before.
Yeah, I guess even thinking about it can do it.
Nah.
Try it out, man.
Try it out. And speaking of thinking about things.
What? Oh, right.
Another segue.
First, we learned that it's only been a week since they began their trip. Also, Bulma isn't wearing any clothes, and I don't know how to feel about this.
Yeah, I mean,
very conflicted.
I think Toriyama was just like, I don't know. He's a dude has to be like a pervert.
Well, he is Japanese.
And I get it to an extent. I thought this was a little bit exaggerated. All right, I'm just going to make Bulma just walk around in her underwear in this episode. It was a little on the nose.
They kind of poked fun of it and abridged in this part, but Krillin must be hating life.
Why do you think?
I don't know, because Bulma's walking around half nude and he's got no privacy and
he does.
He's very lonely.
In the Japanese version, I will say he does complain about her walking around in her underwear. So I guess he wasn't happy about it. It doesn't really explain why, but
maybe because there's a child also on the ship.
Maybe.
Speaking of, we see Gohan and Krillin sitting on the floor, image training. What is image training, you might ask?
Some bullshit that they learned from that scam artist Kami.
I have the answer right here. Image training is a specialized form of training. When image training, the fighter involved closes their eyes and pictures the foe. They can proceed to fight them as they would in a real battle. Two fighters can participate in image training together by linking their minds. Fighters can get stronger through image training. Image training is useful as it allows one to train practically anywhere. Thus, it is useful when confined, such as Frieza while cocooned in Earth's Hell, or in an area that would prohibit a normal training regime, like the spaceship.
I call it bullshit.
Hey, you saw it in
some touch butt Tai Chi master,
and they do it
bullshit.
Other parts of the series too.
Well, they shouldn't.
Well,
I cringe every time I see it.
It's the first time you've seen it,
and I cringed.
Gohan and Krillin are concentrating very hard. We then get a closer look at their image training and just what goes on in their minds. They're in space, fighting each other. That's
it reminds me. I know we brought it up on an episode like one of our like first probably dozen episodes with the. I don't remember what it was referring to, but it was like Cartman doing the psychic thing. Pew 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 pew.
Oh, me.
This reminds me of that again.
We did. I don't remember bringing that up.
I definitely remember bringing it up. I don't remember what episode it was. It might have been like the first time that they did like ESP or something. Maybe I don't know.
Could be.
But yeah, this reminds me of that. I think Cartman would fucking school Krillin and Gohan by himself.
In what? Training?
Yeah, he would mind battle the fuck out of them.
Yeah. They soon snap out of their training. Bulma tells them to clean the ship. Krillin points out that they clean up after themselves, and that he and Gohan don't eat junk food and read magazines. In other words, it's all Bulma's fault.
Well, I'm on Bulma's side on this one. One, who fucking built the ship? Definitely not Krillin and Gohan.
Bulma's dad.
And Bulma.
She just kind of told him to plug wires in.
No, she did in the English version.
Hey, that's my lore.
Well, she had a bigger hand than just plugging in wires, but also she's the fucking captain, and I've never heard of a ship where the fucking captain cleans up the messes. That's just not a thing.
You've never.
I've never what?
Been on a pirate ship.
No, I lived on a ship before though. Not a pirate ship.
Well, what about a spaceship?
Not a spaceship either, but I imagine
they have different rules.
Yeah, but there's usually I don't know how it would work on a spaceship because you only have like 3 or 4 people at the most on those things.
A spaceship?
Like in real life.
Oh.
Well, I guess the space is kind of all bullshit anyway.
Here we go.
Satellites aren't real, and
the space station isn't real.
Nah. Nice try, bud.
Nice try, bud.
But yeah, Captain shouldn't have to clean the ship.
Bulma says she's too busy to clean anyway. She also says no dinner for Krillin.
Wah, wah.
Back on Earth, we see Mummy Goku doing sit-ups while Master Roshi harasses a nurse. Doctor comes in, tells Goku he needs to rest or he'll never get better. Chi-Chi's on the roof. You know, we thought last episode was a nothing episode, but this one, my God.
Yes. This is like the first episode so far, like all these setup episodes where I was like, all right, this is what I've been expecting.
Like so much happened in this episode, yet nothing happened.
What do you mean so much? Nothing happened.
No, but like a lot of stuff happened, like as you'll see, because like I'll mention it, but nothing happened. Like,
yeah, nothing really happened.
Like they cleaned up the spaceship and then they landed on another ship and then They got guns pointed at them. Like, that's it. But
Pretty much.
but in between that, it's like all these just little fucking things. We'll get to it. Back in space, Bulma asks about Vegeta and what happened to him. They come to the conclusion that Vegeta had to go somewhere. Krillin says Vegeta could be on Namekustan for all they know.
Foreshadowing.
Dun dun dun. Speaking of, we see Vegeta in a space pod heading somewhere.
Well, we know he's heading to Namek, right? Did we know that already?
No. I mean, spoiler, yes, but no.
He didn't.
He doesn't go straight to Namek.
He never mentioned going to Namek.
No.
He doesn't go straight there?
No.
I don't even remember where he's
He goes to some little mini Frieza planet to heal. And then he finds out that Frieza's on Namek, so he's like, son of a bitch. And then that's when he goes to Namek. So I don't think he was going to go to Namek anyway.
I thought
Or
he wanted his Dragon Balls.
Maybe he was, yeah. But Frieza was there, so then he was like, shit.
He wants to wish back his old buddy in fucking Nappa.
Appa.
But not Raditz. He stinks.
Bulma then spots something on the radar thing coming towards their ship. It's a bunch of smaller ships who begin to attack them. But luckily for them, Kami's old ship also is equipped with state-of-the-art weaponry. A big laser thing. Did these little ships come from the mirror ship?
I don't think so. I don't know. They don't. They kind of really just skip over it really quick. I don't think they did though.
They were just like a fleet of space pirates things.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. They then spot another ship coming straight towards them that looks exactly like their ship, but it's actually a much larger ship using a mirror cloaking device thing. It's not really the best. I guess in space it works better. I guess it would have to be useful somewhere where everything's the same in all directions.
I think it's like, yeah. I mean,
it wouldn't really work if you're like, you know, if there's like even a ground, or if the environment's slightly different.
I mean, it kind of would. I don't know. I think most like modern technology cloaking devices, they use like reflective light and shit like that, right?
I thought they used like a bunch of little cameras to like project what's behind them.
True. Probably both.
Yeah, probably both.
Probably a combination of both.
Bending light is what the Predator uses for his cloak.
Ooh, I never saw those movies.
I don't know what to say.
A sport in the 90s, man.
So? No excuse.
Aren't they making another one? It's coming out in like September or some shit.
Yeah. It's Arnold, though, and Jesse Ventura, and...
Jesse Ventura's in it?
Yeah.
Huh.
And Apollo Creed, and...
What about Dolph?
No, he's not in it.
Boo.
Gary Busey's in the second one.
Ooh. I like Gary Busey. Is
and,
it pre or post head trauma?
I think it's post. I'm pretty sure it's post. And Danny Glover.
All right, I might have to watch this movie.
I mean, it's a great movie. It's classic. It's an easy watch, too, because it's just, you know, kind of...
I'll watch it. I'm convinced.
We could even do, like, a review for it.
Okay.
That'd be worth it.
Yeah.
We can start a whole new podcast just on reviewing movies that you've never seen.
There's quite a few. I mean, quite a lot.
Yeah, and they're all like really good.
We can review the Predator movie before the new one comes out.
I mean, we could. There's 3.
There's 3? I thought there was more than that.
Well, there's 5 if you count the AVP movies, but those suck.
Yeah, I think I saw one of those.
Yeah, those are.
Or maybe that was Freddy vs. Jason. I don't know. I get them all mixed up.
That wasn't a terrible movie.
But speaking of Alien vs. Predator, I think Ridley Scott might have fucking directed this episode. Not Ridley Scott from fucking the 80s. Ridley Scott from like last year. I think he traveled in time to direct this shitty ass episode.
Because he's senile and he's retconning everything.
Exactly.
I don't think this episode is that bad.
Pretty bad. And it just keeps getting worse.
Where were we? Oh, that's getting cut anyway. But now that I said that, I might leave it in, along with this.
Now you have to.
Will it make the episode? Who knows? They spot another ship. Bulma concludes that they're now on another ship. Krillin says it's probably full of big, scary aliens. Gohan jumps out to scare them. Because children. Bulma says they should go check the place out. Krillin grabs his hat. Bulma doesn't bother to put clothes on. They come to a hallway that's lined with guns. They almost die.
The only thing we're missing right now is a fucking talking dog. And a lot of weed.
What, like Shu?
Yeah, Shu should be here with like a bunch of fucking Scooby snacks.
Oh, right.
This is straight up Scooby Doo. The mystery team. What are they called? Mystery something?
The Mystery Machine?
No, that's the name of the van. But what's their thing called?
I don't think they have a name.
The Mystery Squad?
I don't think they have a name.
The Mystery Squad goes to space.
Jinkies.
Jinkies.
So Frieza's just really old man Jenkins in a mask, trying to scare everyone.
But yeah, this episode reminded me of fucking the new shitty Alien movie for many reasons. Just the way the characters kind of act on a spaceship. Just the relative,
like really dumb.
Yeah, exactly. The relative stupidity. Fucking Bulma leaving the spaceship, forgetting to put her pants on. That's something they would do in the new Alien movie.
Well, they went out on the planet without any helmets or anything, so yeah.
I was just waiting for what's his name, Michael Fassbender to pop out and.
Hey, that would have saved this episode.
I don't know about that, dude.
He was the only good thing about that movie.
Well, agree, disagree.
Are you saying that fucking what's his name?
Michael Fassbender?
No, the baseball guy.
Danny McBride?
Yeah. Are you saying he was the best thing about the movie?
He was the best thing about the movie, actually. Well, he started as best thing about the movie, but then even he at the end was pretty dumb.
I mean, he might have been like the most entertaining character, but
he was a good pilot, but then he kind of fucking...
The fuck? He wasn't a good pilot because he flew through a storm like a dumbass.
Well, that's up until that point, though. And he made it through the storm, though. But everybody else in the movie is exponentially dumber than Danny McBride.
The android that's like smarter than everyone is dumber than Kenny Powers.
Yep. he wasn't convincing enough as an android. He was too emotional.
How do you know? How many androids have you met?
A lot. Android 8, Android 18, Android 17, Android 19.
Those are just, they're not, that's different. They're not completely artificial. There were
better
people
androids.
that were enhanced.
Better androids. But, yeah, anyway, yeah, that movie sucks and so does this episode.
Back to this, speaking of sucks. I already said that. Krillin begins to fire Kamehameha at a door, but is stopped when the blob attacks them. Well, he fires it anyway. They begin to wonder if Vegeta is also on the ship for some reason.
Gotta be careful with these indoor Kamehamehas. Sometimes those backfire, those indoor Kamehamehas.
Has it before?
I feel like they have. They had to have. I don't know, I feel like that's just a risky move that they just kind of do willy-nilly sometimes. Just blast a gigantic hole inside the spaceship. Hopefully it doesn't blast back at us or the whole fucking ceiling collapse on us or
just put a hole straight through the ship and then they're sucked into space.
Yeah, it's true. Space is a vacuum, dude.
Yeah. And it's really cold.
There's no air.
Gohan would be okay because Saiyans can apparently breathe in space. At least for a short amount of time.
It's true.
Krillin realizes that they are going in circles and he looks to find a door. And he finds one on the ceiling. But it's not some fancy futuristic spaceship door. It's just a regular door.
There's a few like just random dumb things in this. Like, what was the point of that whole thing?
That's what I was saying. Like, so much happened, yet nothing happened.
There's a door on the ceiling for no reason, and they never end up even getting it open.
I think my only guess is that it triggered the other door.
Maybe? I don't know. It's fucking dumb.
Yeah, it's really dumb.
For being such a high-tech mirror fucking invisible spaceship, there's some really dumb shit on it. Green slime and doors that lead to nothing. Guns that don't hurt anything.
Yeah. Who designed this thing?
I guess guns in space are just as useless as guns on Earth. Where like literally there's been one person in the history of Dragon Ball who's been killed by a gun.
Who?
The farmer.
Well, that's because Raditz threw a bullet at him.
Exactly.
And we don't know his...
We don't know his condition.
Yeah. I mean, he could be a vegetable for all we know, but...
Well, if he was just unconscious on the ground, those fucking Flamerkis probably pecked him to death and ate his insides. Because that's what birds do.
Yeah. So it's like a sky burial, except not in the sky. Because can Flamerkis fly? I guess they can't.
No, I don't think they can.
That's what Goku should have did. Raised Flamerkis instead of growing radishes.
Yeah, that definitely would have been a better choice. I don't know. I don't think Goku's responsible enough to raise animals.
That's true.
He can't raise his own children.
Animals a little easier.
Should give him a puppy first.
Goku should have got some Flamerkis and had Piccolo take care of them.
Try giving Goku a puppy first. See if he can take care of that.
I think you're starting a little high. Maybe like a gerbil.
Or a fish.
A fish, yeah, a goldfish.
Give him a goldfish.
See how long that lasts. Or maybe not even start. Maybe give him a plant first. Like a cactus.
Something on an equal intelligence level.
Yeah, just like a little cactus.
Maybe give him a pet rock.
Yeah, pet rock. Perfect. And then from the rock, you can move up to like a chia pet.
Or a Tamagotchi.
A Tamagotchi.
Tamagotchi.
Tamaguchi. Who's that?
It's a kickboxer, dude.
I think I saw that name in the credits. Is that the Earth? Is that the King of the Earth's name?
Yeah.
Tamaguchi.
Mayor Dog.
President Tamaguchi.
Oh, I did look up the Mayor Dog's name. I forget what it is, though. I think it's like Mayor Dog.
Great name. Look it up again.
It was something really on the nose.
Now I'm interested.
Well, keep going with the episode and I'll bring it up.
Naturally. Yes, Krillin tries to open the door on the ceiling, but it doesn't work. But it opens another secret door, revealing another hallway. What?
It's King Furry.
King Furry. Is that his Funimation name, or?
That is his, I think so. I think his name is maybe just King in Japan, but the English version is King Furry. I don't know what it translates. I can look up a translation, but
To what?
I don't know. But yeah, King Furry.
I don't like that name.
I fucking love that name.
You would.
I hope he's in this season so I can just... He's a shoo-in for anthropomorphic character just from knowing his name.
I'm pretty sure he's in. Comes up later. Maybe during the Android saga?
Fuck yeah. Yeah, he's definitely an Android saga.
Kokuo?
Yeah, it just means king. So I guess he's just king in Japan.
Koku.
I like King Furry better though. It's He's a king, but it's cute.
What? So he's a furry?
He's furry king.
He's just like a guy in a costume that fucking shits in a sandbox, and
yeah,
it's not sexual.
Pretty much.
This is where I wrote down that there's too much going on in this episode, and it's giving me anxiety.
Yeah, they need to slow it down with all the plot points and fighting and explosions.
Yeah, we need more green goo and doors.
More trapdoors, really.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I don't think we've hit our quota for trapdoors yet for this episode.
There's always next episode. Speaking of, they fall through a trapdoor and almost get sucked into space. I don't know how any of them are still alive, but...
They held their breath.
Yeah, but do you know how
Princess
much
Leia.
Force that would be? Princess Leia?
Yeah, in the new Star Wars movie.
Oh, I don't remember. That was not a good movie.
She survived in space for a little bit, like Goku.
Well, she has the Force. I guess. But they don't have that. They're just, Gohan I can understand, but, Anyway, this is dumb. Then they smell food. And they find a large room with a table. A bunch of food. Krillin and Gohan go to eat, but Bulma warns them that it might be another trick, but then ignores her own words, and then a knife flies out of a fruit basket and hits a button on a wall, which drops a fucking big dome. This is way too elaborate.
I wish I could have been in the fucking writer's room for this episode.
Kind of reminded me of Mousetrap.
I can imagine like Toriyama showing up like 3 hours late, just like all coked up. Just like stumbles into the room. He's been fucking just like banging hookers all night.
Probably drunk.
Yeah, super. Well, he's super hungover and he's just like doing lines before just to even out. And he's like, all right, this episode it's gonna be like Scooby Doo. But like also like that new movie Alien, which came out a couple of years. When did it come out in relative to this episode?
I think we're in like 1992.
All right, so a couple of years before. We're only like 3 years away from Alien. When did Alien come out? 89 or some shit?
Wait, Alien, the first one?
Yeah.
Like 79.
79?
I think so.
So maybe Alien 3?
Alien 3 came out in...
That would make sure. That would make more sense, right?
I think Alien 3 came out in around 93, 94.
All right, so Toriyama's fresh off of watching Alien 2.
That was 87.
All drunk and coked up.
There is definitely some references to aliens.
He's got this like crazy deadline. He's like, shit, we got to think of something quick. All right, we need a couple trapdoors, some guns in the walls.
Frieza's third form is designed after the Xeno.
Yep, exactly, yeah. A lot of Ridley Scott reference in his writing. But yeah, this episode's just all over the place, man.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot of effort went into it.
Nope. Bulma's been captured. There's a bunch of guys with guns. They're having a standoff. Krillin and Gohan prepare to fight. Bulma stops them. Krillin decides to give up. Narrator sends us off. The end.
Well,
fuck.
You're skipping over a big fucking thing.
Is it that important?
Goddamn space orphans.
Yeah, we'll get to them next episode.
Well, they were in this episode, and I think it's kind of a big deal.
We learn more about them in the next episode. They're just a bunch of fucking kids with guns.
They're space orphans. You can tell just by looking at them. It's like, God damn it, Toriyama, another fucking orphan episode, really?
Yeah, but...
We didn't get enough from the first orphan episode.
It's kind of spoilery territory.
Now we need space orphans.
And then we're going to get Namekian orphans, and then we're going to get...
Was Toriyama an orphan?
I don't know. Look it up.
Probably was.
It would make sense.
Toriyama just fucking writing his life into the show.
Or maybe he's just a fan of...
Orphans? Peter Pan?
Was Peter Pan an orphan?
Dead orphan.
It's the best kind.
The only good orphan is a dead orphan.
That's horrible.
In the Dragon Ball Z universe. Yeah, I wasn't happy about that revelation.
Goku's an orphan.
Yep, it's true.
I mean, he was adopted. So I guess that doesn't make him an orphan.
That's also true. But then his grandpa died, so he's an orphan again.
That's true. He was only 12.
Yeah. Is there any orphans in Dragon Ball?
Besides Goku?
Yeah. I mean, like, orphans, like... orphans, yeah.
Orphan?
Like filler episode orphans?
I don't think so. I don't know. Maybe the rabbit gang was abandoned.
Yeah, maybe.
Or Yamcha. Maybe Yamcha's an orphan. Or maybe he was an orphan.
I don't think his parents disowning him makes him an orphan.
Why not?
Because they're still alive.
I don't think that matters.
Yeah, that's the whole point of an orphan. Your parents are dead.
No, but if they give you up, then you're still an orphan. Even if they're alive and they don't want you.
Well. Shit. I guess I didn't even know that they were actual orphans. I just assumed they were. I don't really remember these episodes.
No, they are, but I just didn't want to spoil the next episode.
I honestly didn't, had no recollection of this episode up until, the little kids showed up. I'm like, oh no, it's another orphan episode.
Yeah, I remember the spaceship and the kids. That's all I remember. So I don't remember doors on ceilings or...
Yeah, so if it wasn't clear that Toriyama was running out of ideas for this filler episode, here he goes rehashing one of, the worst filler episodes ever made. but in space.
Hey, maybe we'll get a good quote from one of them.
Hopefully. That's something to look forward to.
I mean, it's not, but still.
It needs something to look forward to. We can hope.
I'm the Namek is what we should look forward to, because everything between here is pretty terrible.
Well, we'll see. Alright. I'm ready to wrap this shit up.
Follow us on social media at DVD Pod, Stitcher, iTunes. Download, like, rate, review, subscribe, leave a comment. And as always,
tune in next time for another exciting episode of the Dragon Balls Deep Podcast.
Try it out, man.